Greetings. My name is Walter Wilson, and I want to share with you some experiences that I've had over the years with financial advisors in the life insurance business. When I came to private practice out of the United States Air Force in 1974, I established a law practice in Houston, Texas in 1975. And I was teaching at various educational institutions for doctors, and I developed a certain expertise in representing doctors in the business aspects of their practices. But I really didn't do too much with individual business owners. So then an opportunity arose with the general agent for State Mutual Life Insurance Company in Worcester, Massachusetts, where they had a program where they brought 3 lawyers into their home office, into their advanced underwriting department, and they wanted to create super agents, lawyers who then would go back out into the field and sell life insurance, but have their legal background as the basis of selling product. So I jumped on it, because when does a lawyer get to go to the home office of a major mutual life insurance company and learn from the inside out rather than learning from the outside in? So my total experience in the life insurance business before this was going to the Connecticut Mutual General Agency in Houston, Texas, meeting the agents, and occasionally giving a talk in their Monday morning meetings about stuff. And what I would get out of those meetings is that I'd get an occasional will or a trust. In those days, simple wills with testamentary trust provisions and maybe an irrevocable life insurance trust. And that was my exposure to the life insurance business. But when I went to State Mutual, I was in an advanced underwriting department, answering questions, solving problems for a field force of 1,200 agents across the United States. Now, Worcester was on the Eastern time zone, and they had offices in California. Well, the Pacific time zone was 3 hours earlier. So when 5,000 people walked in the door at 7:15 in Worcester and left at 4:15, I was still there, because I was talking to the largest producing agents around the United States. And I was discussing things with them in California at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. They were still in the office. But what I did get to see was what the top producing agents were doing, how they produced in those days $500,000 a year in first-year commissions. I learned, for example, how a life insurance application worked, because I got to rewrite State Mutual's life insurance application. I got to go through underwriting process in both individual underwriting. I got to go through financial underwriting. And then I left State Mutual and joined the general agency, and I went out into the field as a pup agent. I did everything. Orphans, everything. And the idea was that I made a choice. The idea was I was going to become a super agent, licensed to sell insurance. And I said, well, why don't I team up with agents? And why don't I bring a level of expertise to them? Why couldn't I be the lawyer talking to their prospect's lawyer or their client's lawyer, talk to their CPAs, and have a relationship with advisors? And kind of like be a mini advanced underwriting department for them. And that's exactly what I've done. So in 1986, I branched out and I said, okay, why don't we seek relationships with advisors across the United States from various companies and see if we could team up with them, not to participate in their commission income, but to work with them on advanced cases. And it was probably the best decision I ever made, because probably most of my business comes from people in and associated with the life insurance business. And what we've done is we have brought advanced concepts to the advisor. So we'll get a case, maybe he'll get us she or he will get us a case, and we will get information on the case. And what we do is we bring advanced planning techniques to the advisor. We get to talk to the lawyer. We get to talk to the CPA. And what happens is we develop the money, the cash flow, to sell or fund the cost of the product for the client. And it has become quite sophisticated now. Well, a lot of times the advisor really doesn't have a lot of training in advanced tax. So we've developed a way to speak English. English to the prospect, English to the client. But what we do is we participate in the sales process. We present an alternative to how they are and how they could be. What's the result to the advisor? Well, we can usually double the advisor's income in less than 15 months. And there will be tail payments over a trail after the first year. We can provide the money with the tax savings that we give to the advisor's client or the prospect, and they can pay for the product with the tax savings. And now it's become even better, because now we can pass the estate completely, we can completely avoid federal estate tax. Wow. So if you have any interest at all, we have a series of training sessions that you can participate in, and today you can send a case to me and we will analyze the case and give you a snapshot of how they look today and how they could look tomorrow. We just had a case for a $100 million prospect who was a client of the advisor, and they gave us 3 directions. No estate tax, everything goes to the 2 kids, and we protect the kids from liability in the event they get sued, that the legacy is asset protected. And we did all 3. So if you have any interest in all, it doesn't cost you a penny. You are not going to get a bill for phone calls, review of data, and just reach out to us. It will be an exciting journey, and I only charge legal fees. I don't ask you for a percentage of your commission. I don't want to join a case with you. I don't want any of that. You get all the commissions. But my team will do all the work. I really hope you give me a call.